Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have my budget 3 structure deck profile for you guys of course, the one and only structure deck Sacred Beast. So this is going to be constructed of 3 of these structure decks, as you can see, and 3 of these structure decks alone. And so yeah, before we get into the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first off, of course, we are going to be starting off with our monsters as always. So we are starting off with one of the Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scrapers. So this card is basically the honest Neos of the deck. It boosts your Raviel, and because this is the budget version, you are running one of him. Definitely a pretty cool card. It does come up actually quite a bit, so yeah, I definitely like it. Next up, we are running for our Sacred Beast, double Raviel, Lord of the Phantasms. This is your second best one. Definitely very, very cool card. When your opponent normals a monster, you get a token. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. Very standard. Next up, we have your best Sacred Beast. You have double Haman. Haman is actually, so when it's in defense position, your opponent has to attack it, and also, if it destroys a monster by battle, your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage. Now, about this card, I usually summon it in attack position, even though, like, you get the effect in defense and it has no effect in attack position. You might draw off of the field spell, Cerulean Skyfire, which will only work if it is in attack position. So yeah, I usually summon that in attack position, just for you guys to know. Next up, for our final Sacred Beast, we have double Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames. This card is definitely your worst Sacred Beast by far. It's absolutely terrible, but you still run it because it is another name in the deck, and of course you need it for your extra deck. Next up, we have our starters. So we have triple Chaos Summoning Beast. This card is absolutely nuts. You can tribute it and special summon any of your Sacred Beasts from your hand. Also, you can banish it from your graveyard to add the field spell directly from your deck to your hand. And if you didn't know already, the field spell literally says draw 2 cards. So yeah, that's pretty insane. Next up, we have triple Dark Beckoning Beast. So this card is also very good. It adds you any of your Sacred Beasts or any card in your deck that has the Sacred Beasts in their text. So this is very good because it's a 2-card combo with the continuous spell, the opening of the Spirit Gates. So that's very, very cool. Yeah, definitely a mandatory card in the deck. Of course, it does give you the second normal summon, which is very, very important. Next up, we have triple Dark Summoning Beasts. So usually in like the non-triple structure deck one, you would be running only one of this card, but because it is searchable. But this card is a level 5, but the thing that makes it so good is that you can tribute it and summon any Sacred Beast from your hand or deck. So that's absolutely insane. And of course, it has a graveyard effect where you can banish it and add any Sacred Beast directly from your deck to your hand. Very, very cool card. Yeah, next up. Oh, and you won't ever be normal summoning it. Like, don't tribute summon it. Just summon it off of the Spirit Gates, honestly. Yeah. Next up, we have double of Danger Chupacabra. It's a cool extender. It can refresh your hand, even though this deck is very, very consistent. Yeah, I like the card. Why not? And of course, our double Raiden, the multi-dimensional kaiju. This is the structure deck, so we might as well be using the good cards in it. Yeah, that is it for the monsters. On to our spells over here. We have the best card in the deck, triple opening of the Spirit Gates. So this card is absolutely nuts. Oh my god. Basically, on activation, you can add any of the Sacred Beasts from your deck to your hand. And then on top of that, once per turn, you can discard a card and special summon a Fiend monster with 0 attack or defense from your graveyard. And in case you haven't noticed, all of your, all of your summoning beasts, like, they have 0 attack and defense. That's why I'm saying you summon Dark Summoning Beasts to level 5 off of the Spirit Gates, because that way you can summon it for absolutely free. And on top of that, if you control a level 10 monster, you can once per turn add a continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. So this card does so much. And it's only a common, which literally I don't understand why. It's the best card in the deck by far. Yeah, next up we have double Fallen Paradise, the field spell. In the non-structure deck one, you'd be running one of this card because once again it is searchable. But basically, as long as you control, first of all, your opponent cannot target any of your Sacred Beasts on the field. And also, yeah, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And yeah, that's absolutely insane. And then on top of that, if you control any of your Sacred Beasts, then once per turn you can draw 2 cards. Yeah, just draw 2 cards. This is Pot of Greed as a field spell. It's literally better than Pot of Greed in this deck. It's absolutely nuts. Next up, we have the 1 Cerulean Sky Fire. This is the reason why I summon Haman in attack position. This card is a negate, and then of course, it switches Haman to defense position after it negates. So yeah, that makes the second effect of Haman live, you know, to protect. And on top of this, if any of your stuff leaves the field, then you do not take damage the same turn, like any of your Sacred Beasts. Next up, we do have Double Dimension Fusion Destruction. This card is pretty cool in the structure deck list. I don't run it in the real one. But basically what it does is that you can fusion summon from your hand, field, and graveyard, which is already insane. And then also, if you are oh my god, you take no battle damage for the monster summoned with it. So whatever monster you summon with it, you take no damage from in battle or anything. And then on top of this, if you control Uriah, Haman, and or Raviel, then your opponent cannot activate cards in response to the effect of Dimension Fusion Destruction, which is very, very good. Next up for our power card, we have Triple Pot of Desires. Yeah, we have the field spell, which is a Pot of Greed. This is another Pot of Greed over the Pot of Greed. Very, very self-explanatory. And also, it's in the structure deck, so yeah, of course we're gonna run it. And finally, we have the 1 for 1. Yeah, huge combo starter. Absolutely amazing card. Definitely you should be running this card. Next up, we have the other best card in the deck. This card is so good. We are running Triple Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. This card is next level. Basically, it gains effects equal to the amount of Sacred Beasts you guys have on the field. If you have 1 or more, every single time your opponent summons a monster, you gain life points equal to the attack, which is why this deck is amazing in time, and that's if you control 1 or more. If you control 2 or more, you get the first effect and the effect of any monster effect, negate the activated effects of monsters your opponent controls. So this is a skill drain as well. So it's a skill drain and a ghost sister. And then if you have 3 or more, it gets the previous 2 effects and it becomes a macrocosmos. So your opponent's cards, when they get sent to the graveyard, are banished instead. This card is insane. Oh my god. Such an amazing card. And yeah, if you guys are not running this, then you're literally not playing Sacred Beasts. You're just playing bad Sacred Beasts. Next up for our other chaps, you have Double Escape from the Dark Dimension. This combos with your beasts, because basically you can all of them have banishing effects where you can search stuff or summon stuff, so this brings them back from their banished zone, so which is very, very cool. Next up, we have Double Dark Factory of Mass Production. Yeah, it's good for cycling stuff, so why not? And finally, we have the 1 Hyper Blaze for your Uriah. Not the best card, but you know, you run the what's it called? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. You run the Cerulean Skyfire, so you might as well run this. But like this isn't nearly as good. That is it for the main deck. On to the extra deck over here. We are starting off first with 3 of your Chaos Phantasm over here. Triple of him. Yeah, it's you contact fuse using all of your Sacred Beasts, and then once per turn during your turn it gains 10,000 attack. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up we have for our extra deck, of course, Triple of Phantasm Emperor Trilogic or Trilogic. Yeah, you summon it using 3 level 10 monsters. Yeah, that's basically it for the extra deck, because that's not all that came in the structure deck. And so finally we are running, of course, 3 of the Phantasm token. I mean, there is no ratio for tokens, obviously. You can run as many tokens as you want, but of course, just use the 6 that came in the structure deck. So 3 of Phantasm and 3 of Phantasmal Martyr tokens. that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.